What's up guys, welcome back. I just filmed my pregnancy skincare routine video and guys, look at this skin. Can you actually believe I have nothing on my face? If you wanna see my skincare routine video, it's already up, I'll link it for you. Even if you're not pregnant, I would recommend checking out some of these products because they have been absolutely life-changing for me. But I was like, we're sitting here, let's go through some of my current favorite makeup products and do a little get ready with me, so let's do it. That skincare routine that I posted, it's also great skin prep for makeup. I'm gonna keep it light today. I always say that and then we'll see what happens, but I do wanna keep it light on the skin, keep it feeling fresh, but some of these products, most of these products are pretty light. Okay, let's start with my Saie Star Glow. I think I'm just gonna put this on its own to add a little bit of a glow. I would love to use Sun Glow right now, but I'm too pasty. You guys know I will use 100 glow products before I go on with makeup because I just think it makes the skin look so much more healthy and natural when we put makeup on top. I used this yesterday and I do really like it. It makes me insanely glowy. Let's try it today because I've never showed it to you. This is the Refy. You can see this all over social media. It's the Refy Face Primer Glow and Sculpt. So you like squeeze a little bit out on this, oh, cute, onto the roller and then you kind of roll it on outward. I've already gua sha and ice rolled my face today, so like the rolling is not super necessary for me right now. But I would say this stuff is insanely hydrating and the glow that it gives is really crazy. I'm not positive yet about how well it works for longevity, but I do feel like my makeup stayed on like relatively long yesterday. So I don't know. So far, I don't know. I'm not a no, I'm not a yes, I don't know. Okay, so here's the product I've been loving the most. I don't know if I've told you guys about this yet or showed you this yet. It's possible I have and I don't remember because pregnancy brain. But I got the shade Neutral Medium and it's just a little dark for me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have showed you guys this. So I'm gonna mix this with a slightly lighter, what am I gonna use? Maybe I'll use my Kosas because my Kosas is really clean and nice and this is light neutral 140 and I think that's gonna even me out and we'll just do like a half a pump of that. And I think this is gonna be a really nice base. This It Cosmetics brush is honestly amazing. I don't know if I want to tell you to buy it yet because I think it's like $50, which I just have a really hard time with that price point for a brush. With that said, it's pretty awesome. So if you are looking for a new brush and you're fine with that price, I actually think I got this on sale. Go for it, I would say get it. But again, I just don't know if I wanna tell you guys to spend $50 on a brush. But I mean, it's nice. The product's really nice, love that combo. And it just feels really good on the skin. I also like that it's dual-ended so we can use this side for concealer if we want. Okay, we're gonna try, why don't we try, I was gonna say let's try and make this a no makeup look, but I do think I'm gonna film later today, so I'm gonna need a little bit more than no makeup. But I promise it'll still be light. Next, I'm going on with my Rare Beauty Eye Brightener. I rarely skip this step at this point. I love how it brightens that inner corner and that under eye. If you have dark circles or struggle with any type of darkness or even pigmentation on your face that's dark, I think you're gonna love this. Like, look at what that does. And this is something where you could skip the concealer altogether. Also, recently obsessed with the Rare Beauty contour stick. Oh my God, you guys. There's really nothing better. I've used so many of them and this is everything to me. Bright Side is the shade and it's just absolutely unmatched. So incredibly creamy, sculpts the face. I don't feel like this shade is too cool or too dark or too gray. I feel like it's nice and neutral. And then I like to do a pretty dense angled brush to blend this out. Not totally necessary, but I just find this helps the face stay so much more sculpted because it keeps that contour in place where if you use a bigger brush, it's just gonna move it all around. And I just think that defeats the purpose of having contoured in the first place and like creating this snatch. So this is the Hourglass. I think it's a foundation brush, but anything you have that kind of looks similar to this is gonna be your friend. I also do it on my lid and like outward. Again, this is just gonna lift the face a little more and it allows me to not wear any eyeshadow. I really just do like bronzer and contour on the eyes now. I'm sorry, but the skin is skinning today and I am so happy about it. God, there's really nothing better than waking up and having a good skin day, is there? Especially when you're used to your skin absolutely sucking. So that's why I wanna keep it light. I want the skin to come through, which I feel like it is. The majority of the coverage comes from the concealer. I'm gonna be very light with this. This is Givenchy C180. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. Again, just to kind of continue to carve out the face, but not necessarily for a ton of coverage because I actually don't need a lot of coverage right now. Sculpt. You got a little spot right there. Oh, and that needs to be blended. I have to get the redness around my nose. That's a non-negotiable. So I'm gonna use the other side of that It Cosmetics brush for the first pass at this. Again, just to give me more control, I'm gonna come a little closer, about where exactly that product goes. I feel like a beauty blender sometimes, or a bigger brush, we're losing the shape that we're trying to create. So this helps. And you can see I'm just pressing. I am not swiping. We're just pressing. For this big section, I will flip it over and use the other side. And then we need to make sure that that contour is blended out. But see how we've sculpted the face now? My face has a totally different shape than it did before. And that is 100% from the concealer and the contour. All right, we have to set this in place. It's too good not to. I've been obsessed with the House Labs translucent powder, and I'm using this Saie brush. Any brush like this is good, but I do feel like you need a good amount to really get this to set if you are more oily. I was using too little, and I was using my powder puff, and I actually like this better with a brush. I love how you can just keep dipping back into this powder because it has this net. So many translucent powders, you cannot do that. You have to like tap it out onto the cap, and it's really annoying. This one is so convenient. So I just hit my oily areas, but I end up doing all over the face, but I try and concentrate it on the oily areas, and then any excess I'll kind of bring elsewhere. I'm avoiding the contour mostly. You can see we are still glowing, but the skin is looking flawless. And I do not say that lightly, because it is rare that my skin looks flawless. The other House Labs product that I've been obsessed with is the Hourglass. Oh my God, you guys, I forgot to peel this off the mirror. Wow, that's so satisfying. And now I have a nice clean mirror. What a pleasant surprise. Okay, so this I'll use to set that contour in place, and it just warms up the face a little bit more. It's a much warmer shade than the contour was. This is light level 4. Okay, so you can see subtle difference, but it just warms everything up. And like I said, this sets that contour in place, and it also blurs. Both of those powders blur, which is always what I'm looking for in my powders. I want blurring properties. I want no pores. Bring this down onto the neck. And then if you have a low cut shirt, do your chest, because odds are you're gonna be a little bit darker. But honestly, this color match is fabulous. That little Kosas combo into that It Cosmetics, I'm obsessed. Okay, I hate to toot my own horn, but the skin is skinning. This heat is so loud. I'm gonna put my eyebrows on. I'm just gonna brush them up with this gel, and we're gonna let the heat kick on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've been loving incorporating browns lately. So like, well, let me just tell you, this is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick, and it's the shade Cinnamon. And what I've been doing is just kind of pushing this into the lash line and then pulling outward. You don't need to be crazy concise with this, because I'm just gonna use my nail to kind of pull it out and give me a little wing. And then I'm gonna grab a tiny little guy like this, and I'm just going to smudge that in to the lash line. And we're gonna have this like smoky winged moment. Look how easy that was. Took 2 seconds, and I am obsessed. Like, I don't need anything else on the eyes. You could also use a little beauty blender to clean this up, but this stuff is so creamy, it'll kind of like do whatever you want it to do, and then it dries down. Could also bring a little bit of this onto the lower lash line, like any excess if you want, not necessary. But if you want, I'm gonna let that dry and do the other side. Okay, and you really don't need to stress and make it perfect. It's just not necessary. This gets the job done. As long as there's like a good amount of color and you can kind of see, and it's gonna lift the eye, you can kind of just let it live, okay? Then I've been curling these lashes, and I've been doing my black-brown combo, where I do black mascara first to give me that, like, I don't know, intensity and like shape that I want. So I use Saie for this. Obsessed with that mascara. Okay, so of course you could leave it at this, but I think adding a little brown, this is from Better Than Sex, on top, I just think it adds a nice like naturalness because it's a little less intense than just black. I don't know, it coats some lashes that maybe you didn't get, and it just adds, it's really subtle, but it just adds a little something, and I love it. Again, not necessary, but this is how I like to wear the brown mascara, unless it's like a no makeup day, and then I will just do the brown. We are nearly there. These last two things are pretty essential though for this look. The Givenchy Prism Libre blush in the shade 4. This is a totally different vibe than I usually go for. I usually go for like the bright pink, you guys know this, but this warms up the face. It's so nice when you're feeling pasty. You'll see what it does. I just like a big fluffy brush for this, and I just kind of hit right there on the apples of the cheeks, right over the nose, and you can see it just adds a layer of like health and warmth, just like I've been out in the sun, though I haven't seen the sun in weeks. See what I mean? It's so nice, and I also like how it plays with the other brown tones that we're doing. And then last but not least, lips. So I'm using Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine, and I don't know, I think I explained this technique to you guys before, but I have been lining my lips differently, and I think I've cracked the code. So you really only want to overline at the top, which kind of just do like an upside down U. And then on the sides, you want it kind of tucked under. This is going to snatch your lips so much more. So only overline there and then tuck it under. See how smooth that is? Same thing on the bottom. Overline down here if you want, and then tuck it in. And then I start shading on the outer triangles. But I just think that makes such a difference with how the lips look on the face. They just look so much more snatched. I was overlining way too much on both sides, and I just think this looks so much better. So I'll finish this off with my Lawless Forget the Filler because we need that hydration. This is the red one. I don't think it really matters that much. This is gonna blend it all together too. And then if I want a little bit more pink, I've been using the Nude Sticks in Candy Kiss. It just makes it a little more pink. And with brown liner, I feel like you want like a color on top. Let's take a peek. Last touches is just making sure there's no creasing. Get rid of any mascara residue. You could even grab your foundation brush and kind of, there's nothing on this, just kind of blend everything together a little bit more before we spray. But guys, I love this look. This is really what I've been wearing nonstop when I'm doing like a full face. What do we think? I'm in love. I'm gonna spray just a little Hydro Milk Set. By a little, I mean half the bottle. Let that dry. Yeah, this is me. This has been me lately. And honestly, when the skin is giving like this, I love it even more. Don't be afraid of this powder. The amazing thing is that you can always go back in, and those areas that just want you mad at them, they can always use a little extra powder. You can always blend this out, and it's not creasy. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I genuinely don't have a pore on my face. It's really crazy. This has been the vibe, guys. This has been the everyday pregnancy makeup look. I feel very good about it. I am filming a maternity haul. Maybe it's already up on my channel, but I'm going to film it today. A little Amazon maternity haul for you guys because I have so much stuff I've been loving, but had to film this little moment for you. I love it. I'll link everything for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you as always so much for watching, and I will see you at my next one.